the top 10 running backs for the 2023 NFL season. Number 10, give me Aaron Jones. I believe the Packers and Jordan Love, also, God, I almost said Mike McDaniel, Matt LaFleur are really going to lean on that Aaron Jones, factor of the offense. We know that a lot of quarterbacks are greater with running backs behind them because it takes the pressure off it. And Jordan Love is going to need the pressure taken off of him this year. Aaron Jones is really that CMC type of guy, that Saquon Barkley type of guy that can come out of the backfield, catch passes, that Austin Eckler type of guy. And I have a lot of respect for Aaron Jones. He even restructured his deal. He probably wasn't super happy about it with the running back market. But at number 10, give me Aaron Jones. Number 9, a guy that I just mentioned and very similar to him, Austin Eckler with the Los Angeles Chargers. We know that he re-signed as well, which was good. It was good that Austin Eckler re-signed because the Chargers needed to do it. Austin Eckler's contributions to that offense and really just overall in the league as a running back, absolutely insane. One of the best dual threats out there. Number 8, give me Travis Etienne. Yes, you heard me correctly. Travis Etienne with the Jacksonville Jaguars. This Jaguars team is going to surge. They're absolutely going to surge this year. We know that they're going towards the top of the AFC South. We know that they could maybe even be the number 1 seed in the AFC. I'm not taking it that far. We got a lot of Jaguars fans, a lot of broadcasters, content creators out here that are saying, hey, Jaguars could be number 1 seed. I'm not going there yet, but I know Travis Etienne in a great, healthy season behind Trevor Lawrence. We already saw it last year. He was my number 1 running back coming into the league when he came out of that draft. No question about what Travis Etienne is capable of. Great dual threat back. He can really do it all. Maybe not the best at blocking, but maybe more can be seen for that as well. At number 7, give me Bijan Robinson for the Atlanta Falcons. Yes, I'm putting a rookie ahead of some veterans, but not ahead of the cream of the crops that we know at the running back position. When you look at how Atlanta ran the football very, very well last season with Tyler Algier, who I really wanted as a Saints fan in the draft. You look at how they go, in my opinion, horribly take Bijan Robinson at number 8 in this draft because they were number 1 in all major rushing categories like rush yards per play, rush yards per game, carries per game, EPA per play. The Falcons were either first or top 3 to 5 in all of those categories. So yeah, they wanted to say they're going to run the ball. They're going to run the ball some more, and they're going to run the ball all the way down your throat with Tyler Algier and Bijan Robinson, which is why they took him. The Falcons defense is going to be great this year. The Falcons quarterback position is going to be more to be desired. But if we know one thing, the Falcons are going to run the hell out of the football this year. And I believe Bijan's going to get his, share of carries. I believe Bijan could be a 13, 14, 1,500-yard rusher this year because of how violent he was coming out of Texas, because he was undoubtedly the number 1 running back in the class this year, way ahead of Jahmyr Gibbs, who got taken at number 12 shortly after him. No, I don't have Jahmyr Gibbs in my top 10, so go ahead and get that out of here before you even think about it, because at number 6, I've got Jonathan Taylor. Let's not forget Jonathan Taylor was 2 seasons removed, now is 2 seasons removed from an 1,800-yard, 18-touchdown season to where he was the best running back in the league. We were ranking him up there as soon as Derrick Henry fell down, and Jonathan Taylor came up to compete. Let's not kid ourselves. I want to say Jonathan Taylor also had, God, was it 800 yards receiving? I don't know. He had overall 2,000 or maybe even 2,200 all-purpose yards the year that he did that. We know he only plays 11 games last year. Still has very good production, but we know what Jonathan Taylor is capable of. I believe the Colts having Anthony Richardson being that very, big dual threat quarterback, if he is able to pass the ball at a high level, he's going to lean on Jonathan Taylor. They're going to lean on that offensive line. They need it. Shane Steichen will really put JT to work. At number 5, the gentleman we started the show off with and who just signed the deal, Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley is going to do so much for the Giants offense now that Darren Waller is there. They've got Jalen Hyatt. Actually, forgot about Jalen Hyatt. Daniel Jones should be very comfortable because Saquon's back. He's got Jalen Hyatt out wide, and he's also got Darren Waller, who we do need Darren Waller to stay healthy. But I believe Saquon will be just fine this year. He didn't want to say F his teammates. He didn't want to stick it to the Giants organization. He wanted to be there for his guys, and I have all the respect for it. It's a great judgment of character. We know Saquon's a do-it-all back, running on the outside, going in between the tackles, catching passes out of the backfield. He'll make you miss. He'll run past you. At number 4, this might have been the hardest placement for me to have here on the list because I've always felt indifferently about Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs is still a great running back. We saw what he did last year, career yards, career touchdowns. We've seen what he's done over time. I remember a couple seasons ago, I was talking about Josh Jacobs as a top performer, as one of my top running backs. I want to say it was the 2020 season with COVID. If I recall correctly, his season was great, was absolutely great. I don't think Josh Jacobs will far fall off because if anything, they're really going to lean on Josh Jacobs because Jimmy G is so used to having a very effective running game. Offensive line might not be the greatest, but Josh Jacobs can come out of the backfield. He can rush the football as well. He, is going to have maybe some pressure. Well, no, not even pressure relief. That'd be for Jimmy G, not for Josh Jacobs. But Josh Jacobs, I believe, is going to get utilized very well. Jimmy G is really going to need that rushing presence because, yes, the Falcons definitely could have and should have taken Jalen Carter, no question. Josh Jacobs, though, with the Raiders, he's really going to provide for this offense. And they're really going to lean on him when they see that Jimmy G is not able to carry an offense because he was always carried by a deep, not carried, always really supplemented by a defense. At number 3, give me Nick Chubb, former Georgia Bulldog, current Cleveland Dog, Cleveland Brown. Nick Chubb, absolute monster, great rushing grades every year, a do-it-all back. He can be a great blocker. He can be great in the passing game. We have no complaints about Nick Chubb. He can really put his foot in the ground and take off. He's really going to be utilized this year, especially with that Deshaun Watson factor. We know about the defense with the front seven and all. The Browns are going to be set, and Nick Chubb is going to play a big part in that. Number 2, almost wanted to go number 1 with him, but number 2, Christian McCaffrey, the best dual threat running back in the NFL. Love that he got traded away from the Carolina Panthers because I kind of thought his career was over. And Christian McCaffrey resurging his career, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And with the Niners of all teams, like, yes, go ahead and get under that tutelage of Mike Shanahan and the offensive coordination and that play calling and those schemes. Because Christian McCaffrey fit in perfectly. Double-digit touchdowns, well over 1,500 yards, I want to say, all purpose. We know what CMC is capable of, and I love to see him healthy. And at number 1, the king, Derrick Henry. King Henry with the Tennessee Titans. And maybe he's not number 1 for you guys. Maybe he's number 2. Maybe he's number 4. Derrick Henry is still the best pound for pound running back. I'm going to run over you. I'm going to shove the football down your throat. I'm going to put my shoulder pad into your chin and probably break your teeth. And I'm still going to run for 70 yards after you try to tackle me 3 or 4 times. Getting a little carried away here, but we know what Derrick Henry is capable of. DeAndre Hopkins is out wide now. Ryan Tannehill, what is he going to be? Really don't know what he's going to be. To me, it was the one lightning in a bottle year. I know that they were able to get that 1 seed in the AFC when Derrick Henry went down, which is very remarkable. Very, very remarkable. And Mike Vrabel's there. But nonetheless, Derrick Henry will be the number 1 running back going into 2023. Number 2, CMC. Number 3, Nick Chubb. Number 4, Josh Jacobs. Number 5, Saquon Barkley. Number 6, Jonathan Taylor. Number 7, Bijan Robinson. Yes, Bijan Robinson. Number 8, Travis Etienne. Number 9, Austin Eckler. Number 10, Aaron Jones. Honorable mentions to Joe Mixon, Najee Harris. I wanted to put Dalvin top 10 so badly, but I don't really know how it's going to be with a guy that was cut like Dalvin, and we haven't heard much about his market. But what an episode 31. I saw you said no AK Darby, and I'll address that real quick before we leave. I didn't like what I saw from Alvin Kamara last year. Yes, we're talking about Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill and Andy Dalton as quarterback, but I think he'll be right outside top 10 this year. I'll throw Kamara into those honorable mentions. I feel like I kind of got caught with my pants down here. I would love to say that AK is going to be top 10. I really would. There's a very good chance he'll be top 10, but something is just telling me that his true, unfortunately, I think his prime is past him. And I hate to say that because I love Alvin Kamara with every fiber in my being. He's the only other, he's the only other Saints jersey that I have besides Drew Brees. And you know how much I love the Saints, Darby, and Alvin Kamara as well. I hope AK's top 10.